You are navigating the aftermath of a long-term relationship that has left you feeling unfulfilled and questioning both your partner's intentions and your own desires. Having been married for 8 years, you experienced a significant decline in sexual intimacy, which diminished further after the birth of your children. The initial lack of intimacy could be viewed through the lens of stress and changes brought on by parenthood, but it's understandable that it would lead to feelings of frustration and disappointment. As you reflect on the evolution of your relationship, you might also consider the ways in which life events, responsibilities, and shifting priorities can strain even the strongest bonds. The joy of welcoming children into your life often brings an unparalleled love, but it can also introduce stressors that many couples aren't fully prepared for. Parental demands, work duties, and daily routines often overshadow a blossoming romantic relationship. During this time, loneliness may become more intense, especially if relationships have diminished. When friends become involved in family activities, they are often alienated. You are becoming increasingly disconnected as your needs for love and connection are overwhelmed by the daily responsibilities of parenting and family. Additionally, the difficulty of navigating your partner's expectations of love and intimacy adds another layer to your emotional experience. People around you may feel like they are holding you to an impossible or unattainable standard. This change makes you question not only relationships, but also your values and desires. Understanding these motivations can help you better understand the patterns that contribute to your depression. The journey in a relationship often involves negotiating needs, wants, and expectations, requiring both partners to be open and honest. As you move forward, you will find the clarity to explore what you really want, not only for yourself, but for your relationships. Acknowledging these struggles is an important step in reclaiming your sense of self and your passions so that you can envision a future that aligns with your values and passions. Your experiences can serve as a useful lesson in understanding what kind of fulfillment you have going forward. Your wife's complaints about romantic relationships are very telling. When looking for other signs of love, it is important to consider that expectations differ between people. In your case, there seems to be a disconnect between her needs and your expressions of love. His obsession with consumer fantasy literature and the seeming denial of true love is interesting, perhaps showing a gap between his expectations and reality. Your observations about the woman's behavior reflect the general information about the relationship. Many men think that it can sometimes be used as a shopping bag in relationships. When the relationship is perceived as not real, this feeling can lead to anger and frustration. Relationship dynamics are difficult. You mentioned the idea that women often seek to control aspects of men's lives, which can create an unbalanced relationship. It should be noted that these dynamics are not universal, but depend on individual relationships and the people involved. Grooming shows that self-care and personal growth are important to you, which is wonderful. Maintaining personal dignity outside of a relationship is extremely important, especially when you are facing challenges such as divorce. Knowing your worth will help you in future relationships. As you navigate your feelings, it's good to talk openly with your ex. Expressing your needs without trying to change him will lead to fruitful discussions. But if these words don't work, it's important to think about your own happiness and well-being. The idea that many men are willing to cater to the needs of women and children speaks to gender roles being challenged today. Your desire to avoid being awash reflects a common fear among men of losing their identity in relationships. Balancing a host partner and maintaining your individuality is key. In the end, even if your marriage survives, it is important to realize that the emotional pain may outweigh the benefits of being together. Finding fulfillment outside of a relationship, through hobbies, friendships, or self-exploration, can give you a better outlet for your emotions. As you move forward, think about what you really want in a friendship and relationship. Knowing your needs will help you build better relationships in the future, whether with your ex or someone new. This journey of self-discovery isn't about identifying what's missing from your past relationship, but about figuring out what the relationship is like for you. Take time to think about the values, priorities, and qualities you are looking for in a partner. Ask yourself what you love and appreciate. Are you looking for emotional connection, shared interests, attention, and freedom? Think about how you communicate and solve problems, as these aspects are important to promote the strength of the relationship. It is also useful to explore lessons learned from past experiences. What patterns or behaviors do you want to change? Are there any red flags that you now know that you want to avoid? This reflection can help you create clearer boundaries and guide you to relationships that align with your vision of happiness. Don't underestimate the importance of self-love during this transition. Accept the pain of your past, but also celebrate your growth. Embrace the idea that you deserve a relationship that feeds your soul and respects your individuality. As you open yourself to new opportunities, remind yourself that it is good to take your time. Building meaningful relationships, both with yourself and with your potential partners, takes hard work and patience. Being involved in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment will also help you attract like-minded people. Whether it's joining a fitness class, exploring a new hobby, or volunteering in the community, getting out and about makes unexpected connections. Surrounding yourself with supportive friends and family can also provide the encouragement you need in this new phase of your life. Finally, remember that every connection is two-way. As you try to understand your own needs, be open to learning about the needs of others. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect and understanding. By fostering open communication and a willingness to grow together, you can build relationships that are rich and lasting. Ultimately, this journey is about reclaiming your identity and finding contentment, not just in romantic relationships, but in all areas of your life. Embrace the lessons of the past and look forward with hope and determination, knowing that the next chapter holds the potential for deeper connection and greater happiness.